Hello everyone, and welcome to the Adventures of an Amateur Astronomer YouTube channel. Today we will be talking about Drew's Planetary Imaging Telescope and its upgrades and modifications. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce to you Mr. David Attenborough.
This is where Drew took a factory, mass-produced telescope and turned it into what he calls a planetary killer. In short, his nickname for Mr. White from time to time is a ninja. Mr. Freeman, back to you.
Mr. White is a 20-something-year-old first-generation Orion Skyquest XT10 telescope, which was actually fabricated by a company called GSO. There's a couple ways you can tell if you have one of these old dinosaurs. One, if you have a visible solid metal plate on the bottom of your primary mirror cell. Two, if you have solid black plastic knobs on your focuser, you have the oldest Dobsonian Orion Skyquest has to offer.
Which, if you look on both sides of the coin, isn't a bad thing at all. But there are some things you must take under consideration, with the most important one of all. The measurements on the GSO series, Orion Skyquest, are different than all other XT10 series that have been manufactured.
First, let's go over the upgrades. We'll start at the top of the OTA with Drew's new secondary mirror mount purchased from Protostar. Adjustable thumb screws and no glue required for the secondary mirror. And here's the website. Next, we have a dual speed focuser from GSO purchased from astrogena.com.
And on the end of the focuser we have replaced the thumb screw eyepiece mount with a William Optics roto lock.
Then on the inside of the optical tube assembly, or OTA for short, Drew has installed flocking material purchased from the Scope Stuff website.
Let's not forget to mention his Telrad finder, with a 2-inch riser to help eliminate bumping his head into his OTA.
Then he's replaced his primary mirror cell holder with the new one that has a cooling fan to help reach ambient temperature.
Let's not forget having the primary and secondary mirrors resurfaced at majestic coatings.
He's also installed a roller bearing kit to achieve a more smoother action when slewing left to right.
Last but not least, on the upgrades portion of this video, we have what Drew considers the most important upgrade of all, his equatorial platform, fabricated by the legend himself, Ed Jones. This piece of equipment improved Drew's planetary imaging at least 75% by itself.
Let's start off the modifications with the 2-pound magnet used for balancing by sliding up and down the OTA purchased at Home Depot. Then a simple piece of foam attached to the back of the mount to create a cushion for the OTA to hit against. Then he used a couple of zip ties for a smoother up and down motion.
For a power supply, he purchased this car jumper at Home Depot that, when fully charged, will easily power his laptop, imaging camera, and his equatorial platform for the whole night.
A magnetic digital angle gauge to help find those hard-to-find objects by going to Stellarium and looking up the object's real-time location.
What Drew uses to mount his smartphone to the telescope for smartphone imaging purchased at Amazon.
The planetary camera he uses is the ZWO ASI 224 MC, purchased at High Point Scientific And don't forget the UV-IR cut filter that can be purchased at High Point Scientific as well.
Then there's the ZWO Atmospheric Dispersion Corrector, or ADC for short. That was also purchased at High Point Scientific.
Then there's the Barlows, used for magnification. The 2 and 3 times Teleview Barlow both can be purchased at High Point Scientific. And here's what it looks like all put together. Called the imaging train, which slides into the telescope's eyepiece. The last thing we will talk about is the focusing mask used to get pinpoint focusing. Made by William Optics, and also can be purchased at High Point Scientific. I hope you have enjoyed and are able to find today's video helpful, and have enjoyed the AI's version of Mr. Attenborough and my voice, and from both of us.
Clear
Clear
skies.
skies.